Thank you, members of all the states, and maybe just to re-emphasize that indeed, as a party and as a Kenya Kwanza coalition, we are vindicated that Mr. Odinga is living true to his character and name as the Lord of Violence and the Master of Anarchy in this country. So we wish to state that what we have seen and what has been christened as protests, picketing and demonstrations over the cost of living have nothing to do with peaceful protests, have nothing to do with peaceful demonstrations, nor picketing, but what we are now witnessing as a country is a campaign of anarchy and economic sabotage that is sponsored by the masters of state capture, who to date are yet to believe that their puppet in the last general elections lost the election. And they now seek a hand in the new Kenya Kwanza administration through blackmail, anarchy, and bloodshed. And we should pose the question to them. Both the Lord of Violence, Master of Anarchy, and his sponsors, who are well known, if you purport to be protesting on behalf of the people over the state of the economy, how do you mitigate that by sabotaging the same economy? How are you dealing with economic challenges to the ordinary Mwananchi by stopping that Mwananchi from going around their day-to-day hustles through this campaign of economic sabotage and anarchy? How does the destruction of our economic activities witnessed yesterday and the days before deal with the cost of living? It is quite clear that after every election, Mr. Odinga has found it fit to use bloodshed and anarchy to negotiate himself into power. He's now joined by his sponsor, who to date is yet to believe, as I said, is not in power, and his puppet never got anywhere close to power. And you can see the hands of the sponsor in the activation and mobilization of Mungiki gangs yesterday. If you speak to residents of Kitengela and Mlolongo, they will tell you there were mobilized gangs of Mungiki. And the sponsor of Mr. Odinga has been a commander of that Mungiki gang for years known by Kenyans. You have seen the leaders of Mungiki standing like armies or like generals in an army behind Mr. Odinga in all his public engagements. And that is why we flinch no eyelid today to tell Mr. Odinga that your campaign of bloodshed and economic sabotage will not go very far. Kenyans know you, Kenyans know your sponsor, and you must be dealt with decisively. And that is why we have called on our government to deal with Mr. Odinga, his sponsor, and all the other economic saboteurs with the full force of the law, and nobody should be spared. Not Mr. Odinga, not his sponsor, not the marauding gangs of Mungiki and other goons that they have mobilized. Nobody should be spared. Lastly, we have all witnessed the losses that this country suffered yesterday. From young children who had to suffer because people are running into schools, to students and young people yesterday who could not make it to their schools. All in the guise, as I said, of peaceful demonstrations. There was nothing peaceful in the demonstrations. Mr. Odinga has no history of ever holding any peaceful demonstration anywhere in this country. Therefore, we want to tell him, since we know you, Mr. Odinga, since we know the intent of your sponsor, and we know what campaign you have engaged in, spare the Kenyan children from the pain that you are taking them through. We dare ask to Mr. Odinga and his sponsor, how much more bloodshed do you want to see? On the 7th of July, last week, 6 Kenyans lost their lives. Yesterday we hear about 7 Kenyans lost their lives. 9 Kenyans. How many more Kenyans do you want to see dead, Mr. Odinga, for you to get what you are looking for in the name of a nusu mkate or a share in government, to be able to cover up the massive looting that you supervised, your sponsors carry out in this country in the run-up to the last elections? And Kenyans know them. And because they have been asking what is government doing, we want to tell Kenyans to be patient. Government is doing what it ought to do. And neither Mr. Odinga nor his sponsor, nor those who are engaged in state capture and looting of our economy, will use violence, bloodshed, and anarchy to derail government from pursuing them or derail government from reviving the economy that they destroyed. In closing, let me say, Mr. Odinga and Mr. Kenyatta, you know it is you two that got this country to where it is today. Give President William Ruto the time and the space to fix your mess. He has the ability and capacity to fix that mess, and he will. And as Kenya Kwanza leaders, we are here to reaffirm our commitment to ensuring that the country is peaceful and in supporting the current administration to get our economy to where it ought to be. Azina mengine. Let me welcome Mr. Ireri, who is a representative of the Kenya Kwanza and UDA diaspora team in the US.